Welcome to another episode, everyone. These YouTube detectives, these YouTube snitches are out of line. They're out of pocket, and really, they need to be dealt with. They're out of control. And I'm referring to T-Rail to be specific. I'm about to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. He's out of line for what he did in his video. So is Poetic Flacco. Hell, so is Damian Porter. I was out of line. I was out of pocket yesterday for even covering this stuff, for playing this. And I'm referring to this murder solving that's going on the internet as it relates to Drakeo the Ruler. Now, a few mistakes were made yesterday. Bear with me. Let me get into this real quick. First of all, I made a mistake. I want to apologize to my viewers. I misspoke. I said that Drakeo the Ruler was an Inglewood blood. He is not. I knew that already. Like, I meant to say he had a problem with the Inglewood blood. Somehow it came out that he was an Inglewood blood. I do know that he's not. Wherever he's from, that doesn't even matter. What I did get right is that he's dead, and that they're trying to put the murder on a particular individual who has not been charged with this murder. They're trying to say that Munchie B, threw him under the bus, but Munchie B never even mentioned a name. Everyone is just assuming the name that he was referring to. Nevertheless, I apologize because I got that wrong, or I misspoke. Got it wrong, misspoke, all the same thing. In fact, Drakeo the Ruler is an individual who made songs dissing Inglewood, called them Ingleweird or something and all this, and he had a problem with them. And many people believe that this helped to lead to his death. But these individuals, and I'm not, myself, I'm not covering this anymore. This is it. I'm done. As far as Drakeo the Ruler and what happened with him in his life and who may have done it. This is not a who done it. I don't know who did it. It's none of my business who did it. So I got caught up in this content as well yesterday. I saw it everywhere. It was sort of trending. It was going viral, what Munchie B had said on Clubhouse and this and that. And I let myself get caught up into it. But it's not that serious. It's not worth it. The views are not worth it. However many views there are, because this is an open case. Now, for someone else, it may be fine. For someone who's not on the street or doesn't live a street life, I don't either anymore, but I still live by a certain code. I'm going to conduct myself a certain way, whether it's on the internet or not. And I'm not trying to get involved in an open murder investigation. Now, if someone is convicted of it, if Flacco convicts someone of this, and this person is arrested, goes to jail, and is convicted, and goes to prison, then yeah, I'll probably cover it. Like, man, this dude done cracked a murder case once someone is convicted. But as long as no one has been arrested and convicted, then you're putting a case on someone, possibly. And I'm helping by even covering it. I'm good. I'm going to apologize to Munchie B and YG for getting caught up in this. I don't mean to mention y'all name and nothing like this. I don't know what the hell happened with this situation, man. But let's watch T-Rail. I played this yesterday, but I'm going to do it again. I need to break some of this stuff down. These individuals are out of line. They are out of pocket. I'm going to cover Flacco again because Flacco just made threats, if you will, against gang members. I mean, he says he doesn't walk alone, ever. Gave a little story about being in Vegas and how he had his thing with him and he was ready. I'm going to get into that. Because, let me just play this first. Bear with me, though. Don't go nowhere. It's probably about to get heated up in here.
Or the nigga who found out from the police and is saying, hey, bro, this what I know, my nigga. If you did it, hey, man, if you did it, man, cut the ankle monitor off and get out of Dodge, nigga.
I don't think he's going to get a lot of slack from him. He's going to get a lot of slack from one area. From the other area, from the fans that he's talking about, Like they're gonna love him. They're gonna love him unconditionally if Flacco actually figures this out and he's correct. He's gonna be loved. They might start putting, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna put the hashtag of what they already put for this man, dog. But they're gonna love Flacco, bro, unconditionally
Hey,
because
man.
no one has came out and said this shit. Not even his siblings. You hear me?
Which is
So
crazy, right?
it's finna be crazy, bro. I'm finna be waiting.
And look how Flacco just laughing, eating cheese, and eating all of this nonsense up that T-Rail is feeding him. And it is nonsense. And T-Rail is out of line and out of pocket. He needs a DP. If he's from a hood, they say he is, he needs to be booted off of that hood immediately. The fact that he has not tells me all that I need to know about this game these days and why I don't want to be a part of it and why you should not either. The man is here just discussing an open murder investigation and encouraging this individual to continue with his investigation upon what we know to be a gang member he's talking about, but whoever he's talking about. But in this case, it's a gang member. That is important for many reasons. And the individual who was killed was a gang member. So this is some gang stuff, gang beef. Perhaps it was his music and all of that as well, but whatever. He was from a gang, and they're accusing someone from a gang of unaliving him. So you have nothing to do with this, Flacco, because you're not a gang member. You're not the police. Why are you doing the police's bidding? And this is very dangerous. Now, I'm not going to come down on Flacco. I have until April 9th to get my strike off, for one. And I'm trying to hang in there. And for two, this is the internet, and there's no need for me to be going crazy or talking crazy on the internet. I'll just say that it's a dangerous game that he is playing. At the end of the day, he's a civilian, as the argument and the debate rages on in the community, whether or not it's snitching, if it's a non-member, a non-gang member that's making that 911 call or assisting in an investigation, because he doesn't live by a certain code that these gang members live by, because he's a non-gang member. Understandable. Also understand this. Grandmothers have been killed in the hood. You can like it or not, right or wrong, and it is wrong. But grandmothers, people's mothers. I remember sitting in the pen, I was in High Desert, and, seeing this dude from Compton, I believe he was, used to be, or whatever. But I shouldn't even, I'm not sure, but this was a while ago. Where he was from, I know he was a Crip, hard blood. But he snitched, he was going to court, and the individuals that he snitched on, he was snitching on 2 or 3 dudes, they killed his mother. They killed his mother, and they had to put a mask on him while he was going to court to hide his identity and all. He was sick. Oh man, it was bad. He had to live with that for the rest of his life. I only recite this to say how serious this snitching can get. Now, again, grandmothers have been killed. They live in the hood, and they call the police because someone is selling drugs outside of their house, in front of their home, right there on the street or whatever, but close enough to them where they're uncomfortable. They call the police, or they witness a shooting because the hood where they're at is gang infested, and they call the police. I know little Keith around the corner. I watched them grow up. That's who did it. I know exactly who he is. He's like my son. And they go knock on grandma's door and say, "Don't go to court, grandma. Change your story. Don't tell them that it was me selling drugs. Or don't tell them it was me that did the shooting." And "No, I'm not going to change my story. You guys need to clean up the neighborhood, clean up the community." and grandma is gone. They come back and kill grandma. These individuals have no mercy when it comes to certain stuff like this. And so all I'm saying is, if that can happen to a grandmother, someone's mother, because they snitched, and they're not gang members, they don't live by a code, they have a right to call the police and call 911 and report a crime, you say, yes, it still cost them their life. So why would Poetic Flacco be any different than a grandmother or a mother? He's here on the internet trying to solve an open case, and it's open because no one has been arrested for it. People be arrested 50 years later for murders. There's no statute of limitation. So it's an open case. And why are you trying to solve that one? Who killed Biggie? Solve that case, if that's the case. What, who killed John F. Kennedy? Who killed Abraham Lincoln? I mean, what are you talking about? Why are you worried about it? It's not like Drakeo the Ruler is his friend or something. And so this is for content. But this is not content. But again, I'll let them do what they do. But T-Rail is supposed to be a member, so he does live by a certain code and a certain street code, and snitching is disallowed in this code. So to be sitting here on the internet, on YouTube, talking about his fans are going to love you for solving this case. Yeah, but the individual who you put in prison, his fans are not going to love you. Tell them both sides of this, bro, that his fans are going to hate you. His homeboys, because he is a gang member, are going to hate you. You're putting a target on your back. It's not funny and sweet like that. Like you thinking it is. It's not a game. You're out yourself doing this on the internet and laughing and smirking. He cheesing from ear to ear when he says that his fans are gonna love you. Yeah, man, Bro, whatever adoration you may receive from his fans, a couple of his fans, it's not worth it. Believe me. I know Drakeo the Ruler was, he's big enough. If you had solved the murder of Tupac or something, yeah, maybe his fans would really, really love you like that. But we all know what happened with all of these situations, bro. If you're in the street, you know what happened already with all of these situations. Everyone knows. But how come the police hasn't solved the case yet? How come Flacco has all of this information, but the police don't even have it? But again, I'll rather focus on T-Rail because he's the one. I can go on and on about Flacco and what he's doing. But T-Rail is the one encouraging this, and then he's about to go on and say, F the streets basically and what they think about it. You must not be from the street anymore. You're done. Talking like that, it's over. What hood can you go to talking like this? If you can go to any hood, then all of y'all need to get the hell out of that hood now. Go while you still can, bro. Seriously. The game is shot. It's done. Cooked. The moment individuals can get on the internet and have this sort of discussion, and all kinds of people are covering it, and I did as well. Foolishly. I'm out. I'm out of the game. I'm done with this conversation, with this open murder investigation, and these dudes trying to get someone in a murder case, openly saying that this is what he's trying to do, that he knows who did it, and he's about to bust him open. And Zesty, man, these dudes were sitting here laughing and smiling, and they gonna love you. What's going on here, bro? This ain't cool. This is not gangster.
Because I want to react to it too. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a rebuttal.
Hold on, bro.
I got a rebuttal.
Hold on real quick. Hold on, man.
What?
Because listen.
I can't wait.
Because I'll be real, bro. A lot of LA reaction channels have DM'd me and hit me up saying, Man, hey, bro, when that shit dropping, bro?
Not
so
me.
Niggas
They can't wait.
who
Can't
know
wait.
the information, niggas who know the information don't want to say it themselves. They want for me to say it, so now they can.
So they can
I'll
add
be real
on
though.
to
When
it.
this shit drops, listen. When this shit drops on T-Rail, this is gonna feed LA content for probably like what, a year? Because
But
this shit about
you gotta be. Look, you gotta.
This is not going to feed LA content for a year. Not this LA content. I will never speak on it. Ever. I'm cool. I'm done. I'll never speak on it again. As I said, unless someone is not just arrested, but, well, maybe even arrested. They could put the cuffs on someone. That would be nasty work. That would be crazy. But if someone is convicted of it, then yeah, I'll probably cover it. It's like this dude been convicted. I'll cover what happened with the case in the courtroom and all that and how they convicted him or whatever, yeah, if he's convicted. But as long as no one has been arrested for this case, it's an open case, and he's saying he's just going to make content pointing a finger at someone. Not someone that's been arrested, just pointing a finger at someone. And all the LA content creators are going to run to it and cover it, him pointing a finger at what we know to be a gang member about a murder. And we're going to all put it on our channels. No, not me. I'm good. If the dude is arrested and convicted or what have you, then okay, I'm a content creator. But trying to get someone arrested and convicted, conjecture, surmising that this individual committed this crime, no, I don't want any parts of that, because how do you know this? And how do you know this? And the police do not. How do you know the police don't know it? Well, because no one has been arrested. How long ago did Drakeo get killed? It's been some years before I got out of prison. I believe. It's been some years. No one has been arrested. It's been long enough. So again, how do you know who did it, but the police don't? You don't. If they don't, you're not the damn police. You think you are, but you're not the police. They've done an investigation and still haven't arrested anyone. You didn't go to the crime scene. You didn't collect any evidence. You haven't spoken to any witnesses. They've done all of that. And with all of that, they still haven't arrested anyone. They still don't know who did it or don't feel like they have enough evidence against the person who they feel like did it to make an arrest and get a conviction. Perhaps they're still investigating the case, trying to build a case. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this situation. I'm not the police. But whatever the case, at this juncture, no one has been arrested. These dudes out of line, bro.
Be so detailed to where when those other LA YouTubers and bloggers get into it, they can't mix your story up. Because there's gonna be a lot of stories being mixed up, and then people's not gonna know who to believe. So we don't know who to believe once these motherfuckers.
And all y'all need y'all ass, whoever tells the story. All these dudes putting it on the channel, including me. I need a DP for putting YG and Munchie B on my thumbnail yesterday, talking about this nonsense. I got cut. I messed up too, bro. I'm out of pocket. For real. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to delete that video. Maybe I should delete that video. Should probably just go ahead and delete that video. Yeah, I might delete that. Let me think about it. Because I got to think about what was all in there or whatever. But, yeah, no. No way. No. T-Rail. Really? Bro. What is he talking about? This is not a good look. You know, if you're not a member, it is what it is, bro. Take your chances. You want to go around snitching on gang murders and gang bangers, someone who killed someone or had someone killed, and don't think this individual will do it to you. If they already did it to whoever else that you're telling on them about, that means that they're willing to do it to you too, to keep it secret, to keep it, to make sure it doesn't get out. No one's trying to go to prison for the rest of their life. But hey, do what you do. But a gang member to be sitting here encouraging this, saying his fans are going to love you, make sure you're very detailed. Oh my God. What is, man, boy, listen, this internet is nasty.
To start going into their stories and their accounts of what happened, who was there, who wasn't there, this story isn't true, then at that point, niggas gonna be like, man, this shit trash. This is not even real. This is not legitimate. You feel me? So when you break this down, it's gonna have to leave like no shadow of a doubt that this story is true. So I can't wait to see it.
Hey, but though, like, bro, like, and the reason why though, like, it's kind of like it's gonna be like surreal, because I feel like nobody has ever put like a face. Like, it's one thing to say like certain names, but I have the nigga face. Like, yo, this the nigga who did it. And it's somebody, like, for the most part, that ain't really cracking like that. Right? Right? That this is like an introduction to like a new character in this space. Right? You feel me? And it's like, yo.
Yeah, he's cracking.
I'll be real, man.
Whoever you're talking about, he's cracking. He's cracking in his hood. He's cracking in his household. He's cracking to his son and his daughter who want him alive and well and home and free. Now, I understand if you committed a crime, you committed a murder, you get caught up and you get caught for it and go to prison for the rest of your life. That's the chance you took. You took someone's life, and that's just what it is. But again, that's not for you to play God. That's for the police to figure out and solve the crime. That's what they get paid for. I guess he's getting paid too on YouTube. And this is what the the motivation is. He doesn't care about Drakeo the ruler. Doesn't care about the individual he's about to point the finger at. And clearly, he doesn't care about his own life.
I don't know why I gotta be the bad guy every time, but I'll be real, man. Yo, T-Rail, when I drop this, give it a view prediction first day, man.
250. No, 400,000.
Nah, 250 I'll give
seems
it
right?
First day, 24 hours.
First day, give you 100K, and then after that, it's gonna hit 1 million. It'll hit anywhere between 500 to 1 million.
Okay.
And
you gonna roll out some clips before? Some teasers?
Nah, fuck them clips, nigga.
Hey, I'll be real, because we dropped this shit when? When? We dropped this at like 4, right? Yeah. Listen, what I'm gonna do for our Friday episode, right? I'm gonna drop the teaser and the trailer in the beginning of the Friday episode at 4. Wait for it to drop, and then drop the video at 5. Right? You feel me? But I'll be real though. It's kind of fucked up that we doing a view prediction here when somebody's life is at risk right here. Yo, right? Yo, like
no. But like I'm saying, it's not fucked up to a certain extent, because what you're doing is letting the people know what nobody has ever let the people know, and you kind of giving people closure on a situation that they wanted closure for. You're giving them closure to a certain extent, and then if it get picks up, then it's the amount of closure you're gonna have if this person gets convicted of whatever this crime may have been. Then closed case. Then I think you've done a good job. You feel me, on your part, on that person's fans' part. You know what I mean? That's on the
man. Where's this dude from, bro? Where is T-Rail from, homie? On the real. He's not a member, bro. There's no way. He is not from anywhere. He is not a gang member, bro. Impossible.
Fans, the ghetto, of course, is not gonna like you. His enemies, of course, they not gonna like you, man. You feel me? But at this point of
But they
who
already
you
don't
are,
like me, though.
who gives a fuck?
Yeah, your bro.
What the? Who? Did you hear him? The ghetto, of course, the ghetto is not going to like you. The enemies are not going to like you. But at this point, who gives a F, he says. You should. Aren't you from the ghetto? Aren't you from the street culture? Don't you carry these codes that the streets are supposed to have? That's why the game is trash, bro. The streets are trash. The street codes are trash. This is a member who's supposed to be from the street, though. If Flacco says this, or this other funny-looking dude right here says this, okay, fine. But that's one thing. But a member, no. They're all snitches right here talking like that. None of them, oh, man, this is nasty. I'm out. I'm done. So I just wanted to show y'all that. My bad for speaking on Draco. Draco, rest in peace to him. My bad to Munchie B and YG, as I said, for even getting involved in this nonsense. I don't know what happened with that situation. And you won't be feeding this content for a year with that conjecture and building a case on whole gang and all of this. No. Now, again, if someone goes to prison for it, then that's different. But you trying to put someone in prison for it, no, I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm bowing out. My bad. Apologize to you all once again for misspeaking yesterday and for even getting involved in this. I got to find something else. I have some other ideas. Let me get to some other content. But T-Rail's out of pocket, bro. That was really the point of my video. I can go on and on about this whole thing, but I'm done with these dudes. But I'm finna get back into Flacco, though, because he starts talking about, like I said, that I guess he's not worried about the sort of content that he's about to make and that he's been making. Obviously, he's not worried. He's been making it, speaking bad about the street culture and LA gang culture for some time now. So, and he's clearly, apparently not worried about the content. Now he put it out there and all that. If he was just bluffing, now he probably gonna feel like he got to go through with it. Got people waiting on it and all this. How many views is it gonna get? He's about to feed reaction channels for a year in LA. But he says that he's not worried about the backlash, the fallout from any of this. And I suppose the reason he's not worried, I don't just suppose, he's going to say it. It's because he has the blicky. He keeps the blicky with him. Amongst other things, he has backup. So he's not worried about snitching and solving cases and throwing gang members under the bus. Nothing's going to happen to him is what he says. I'm going to have to get into that next. Stay safe and stay free, people. Stop snitching.